All right, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's ready for the week and ready to get it rolling. I'm really excited to have a special guest today. We'll just wait for everybody to get back on. Really appreciate everybody's support these past couple weeks. This weekend, we just launched our esports league. So everything's out there. We're excited. We started our Warzone season and a few people we had to compete this weekend. So it was pretty fun putting that together for y'all. If you're a gamer, make sure you follow our esports page. You can see that in our group. Make sure if you have any questions regarding the esports league, just give us a little message and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. So today we have a special guest. We have a Ninja Warrior, Mr. Abel Gonzalez, and also owner of Axios Warrior Gym as well. So we're going to be chatting with him a little bit, and we're going to see how things are going with him. And I saw him breeze through this course, so I want to talk about him. I will talk about that and see how he prepares. So we'll get him on right now in a bit. Hey there, Abel. How we doing today?
Doing good. Made it.
Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate it. I know it's Monday. I know it's probably a busy day for you. I know for a lot of people as well, especially getting it all started. But thanks for joining in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the invite.
So this is the RGV Strong page. It started a few months ago, and I like to spotlight people doing awesome things around the community. And I noticed that you're actually been participating in the Ninja Warrior for about 7 years already. So tell us about that. How do you prepare for something like this, and what made you want to start attempting these competitions?
I've been doing it for 7 years. I started in 2004, and this was my 7th season. And I was just really fascinated with sports in general. And then I just started going from football to volleyball, flag football, and dodgeball, and all these different sports. And I'm like, dude, why do I like sports so much? You know, why do I want to win and all these things? And I guess I was instilled with a competitive, mindset and attitude at a young age. But I love the toughness that it takes to actually win something big. I like going after that. I know that every day I go after it, I'm a little bit better every day, so I'm a better person. I'm a better version of myself. So I really enjoy that. I enjoy competing. And when I saw the show, American Ninja Warrior, man, I thought I was already a good athlete. I thought I was strong. I thought all these things. And I'm like, well, those guys are on another level.
So I remember seeing these shows on G4, like the original ones. And I was like, man, this is so awesome. So that's where I started falling in love with it. And I started seeing it. And now that it came to here and seeing somebody from our backyard just participating in this it's awesome. So tell us more about that. How did you like create your own little backyard? I saw that you're doing these you're helping people design their outside courses as well.
Yeah, we're doing that too. Yeah. So when I saw the show, I knew that was like the pinnacle of athleticism, and that's what I always went for. I went after athleticism rather than like just being great at one sport. I wanted to be great at all of them. I wanted to be like a standout in all of them. So I went after overall athleticism, and in here in the gym we call it movement. So whenever we're doing movement training, it looks like we're doing some regular exercises, but the mindset behind it, the attitude, the goal, everything is different from a regular workout. And that's why we kind of excel. I'm not the only Ninja Warrior here at my gym. We have several, and they're all great. They're just incredible athletes. You can come here. Just a quick example. One of my students, she's female, she's 15, and they did a pull-up test at her school.
Okay.
And all the females, all the 15-year-old females did a pull-up test, and one of the other girls did one pull-up, and she beat everybody, and she did 10 pull-ups. So like just mathematically, my students are going to be 10 times stronger than the average person, which is really insane if you think about it, because we can do pull-ups with 40, 50 pounds on, 100 pounds on, some of us. So not only can we do a pull-up with just our body weight, but we can do it with an additional 100 pounds, 115 pounds. We can get really, really strong here. And that's what you need. You need that kind of strength to get you through those courses. Those courses are tough. They're very technical. Some of them are really based on how well you know physics. Like you have to know physics to do well in some of these obstacles. But I fell in love with it. And there wasn't any place to train here when I first started. So we started making an outdoor course, me and my friend at his house. And since then, it just kept on blowing up. And now we have this, 5,000 square foot world known facility here in Edinburgh, here down here in South Texas.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Just something that you have a passion for. So you got into this 7 years ago in the American Ninja Warrior. So how does the whole process work? How did it end up? I know I've seen you a few times
Mhm.
on a couple clips on YouTube and things like that. So how did it? Is there like a trial run, or how did
Oh
you get
yeah.
into that part of it?
That's a really crazy story, and that's one of the reasons why they really featured me and blew me up my first season because I was really dedicated to get on. I knew that it was something I wanted to do. I knew I was going to be really good at it. You know, first try, it was going to be an exceptional experience for me and for my family. You know, and just me going after something big and making it happen after everything I went through in my life. He was like, hey, I need to do something for me. You know, this is what I want. I'm going to take this. I'm going to pick this, and I'm going to go at it. But yeah, it's an incredible thing because for me in my application process, let's say I think you've been watching it longer than me because I honestly never really even got to see any G4 episodes. I started watching it when in that year, like the year before, so 2013 is when I first saw it, and I said, hey man, that's pretty crazy, you know. And it was already season 5, and I had never seen it before, so I'm like, I'm gonna try it next year. I'm gonna try it next
Mhm.
year. And so a lot of people that come up to me, they're like, oh man, you're a veteran. You've been on the show 7 years and everything's like, well, you've probably been watching it longer than I have because I started watching it pretty late. And I was 28 when I first found out, and I was 29 when I first actually got a chance. So, you know,
Oh
I'm
wow.
really late in the
So
game,
just
you
in
know?
that year, but like in that year, you just decided to go all for it.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I saw it on YouTube and I'm like, dude, if I can do that. These guys are doing it. I can do it. They're strong. I'm strong too, but I'm not as strong as them, but I can figure this all out and I can go and get a shot. So I said, 1 year, I'm going to try out. So that whole year, I watched every single video I can get my hands on. I talked to whatever ninja would talk to me. I mean, I did everything I could. I traveled. I went to all the ninja.
mentors, everything. You
Yeah,
just a lot of people did.
I went
A lot
after it.
of I saw that there was one in is he in Ninja Warriors? Where I forgot his name, was it Matthew, I believe, or something like that along the lanes.
Um,
He was in that little Zoom
oh yeah,
boxing.
Matthew Day. Yeah, actually, I was just hanging out with him in Austin yesterday. But yeah, he's a ninja warrior out of College Station, and he's 21 years old, 20 years old when I met him. And he's just a monster. And I'm like, dude, I need to go train with you. I want to learn from you. I'm 37 years old and I'm going after these young guys that they're just incredible. So I'm like, dude, I want to keep up with you. I want to learn from you. I want to keep going. And that's one thing about me is that I'll learn from anybody. I'm not too proud to where I don't take advice from those that are younger or less experienced. I like that quote that everybody knows something that you don't know. So you can learn from anybody and everybody. And I learn from my students that are 5, 6 years old out here. And I learn from I have mentors that are in their 50s, and I'm learning from them too. But yeah, that's my whole approach. I just take in everything, like if I don't know anything, and it really helps. It really makes you learn fast.
So I know this year it's definitely for everybody. It's been a challenge. So how did you stay in shape, and how did the whole process work during the whole filming? Did you all film like during the summertime?
Yeah, it was really difficult because we were supposed to compete in April in St. Louis,
Mhm.
and they told us about 4 weeks, 3 weeks before we were going to compete that were going to postpone the season. So no one knew what was going to happen. There was a lot of speculation on whether or not we were going to be able to do it this year. And then in June, I think it was like mid-June, they called me and they're like, "Hey, do you want to compete? We're trying to set this up. We have all these precautions in place, and we want to know if you're going to be able to make it out, if you want to come out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go out. I don't want to miss a season. I want every opportunity to be on the show and learn and compete and try to win." So I said yes, and they told me all the precautions, and they're like, it's going to be a completely different season. We're not going to be traveling around the country. We're going to be in one spot. We're going to film for 2 weeks. We're going to be in quarantine. We're going to be tested for COVID regularly. I mean, a lot of things had to go through to make that happen.
So they set up
And
like a little bubble type of atmosphere.
yeah, we were in a hotel. We were all in the same hotel. We had check-in times. We had pre-screenings. We had a lot of things to go through to get to the show to make it happen. And we had the entire stadium to ourselves, so we were in the stadium, and they did a fantastic job to make that happen and make it safe. And it was just an incredible thing to set, because like I said, they set it up in 4 weeks. I mean, They
Wow.
called me in 4 weeks, and in 4 weeks I was already walking into landing in St. Louis.
And you got to bring a couple of your students as well,
Yeah.
right? Tell us more about them. How yeah, I know there was a couple that you brought up. Tell us more about them. A couple of your students. Oh, it looks like it lagged a little bit, but we'll probably get the connection back right now. But yeah, definitely some good stuff so far from Abel. See if we can see if we can get his connection back right now. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, so we're gonna get some connection back, but in the meantime, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, if you want to follow them, yeah, Abel Gonzalez, he's gonna be, we put his Facebook page in the description. We also put in a couple. He does little vlogs too, so you can keep in touch and see what he's been up to right now. We'll talk a little bit more when he rejoins us again, but it's really good stuff. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for liking. Looks like he came over here as well. He went to go see Sally at her kid's school. Yeah, he's a really chilled, real laid back. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. So, yeah, if you're new to the page, this is something that we always do. We like to have a little pop trivia every week. Usually we have some special guests throughout the Rio Grande Valley, people helping out the community in the Rio Grande Valley. So we like to spotlight them. Abel was one that I noticed last month. He breezed through that Ninja Warrior course. But, of course, like he was talking about, it just takes time, effort, dedication to get to where you want to be. It looks like he's joining us again right here. Let me see if we can get that connection. There it is. All right. Let's see. Still some issues, but it's all right. He'll probably join us right now. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's just awesome. I've been watching Ninja Warrior for a while, so it's awesome to see people actually from your hometown or participating. It's crazy, and then it also. Oh no, there you go. I'm hearing you. No worries. And we're just gonna talk about that right now. But let me see. The screen's a little. There you go. It's coming back. You're coming back. But yeah, as soon as we get him back, we'll ask him about his students that he got to take over there as well. But yeah, appreciate y'all joining in. I know it's Monday. We're going to be changing things up a little bit. Maybe have these trivia nights in the afternoon as well. Or trivia day, pop trivias. So he's having a little connection issue. But yeah, like I was mentioning a little earlier, just announcements on the page. This week we are going to have we have moved our trivia nights to Saturday. So we have that Saturday at 6. We also started our esports league. So the deadline for a few of the games coming up are already approaching. Saturday's the last day to sign up for FIFA, Madden, Smash Bros. So we also have Rocket League, which a lot of people are liking. A lot of people have signed up for that. We already have about 10 people there. And then some other games as well that we're going to be bringing in. Fortnite's going to be coming soon. So if you really love playing Fortnite, we're going to be doing that. Mario Kart, and then some other in the future. Smite is another one I've been getting some questions for. So see if we can get them back right now in a few. But it's really cool to see that. Like I was just seeing, just looking at his pages this afternoon. So we'll ask him about a few other things as well, or this morning. Let's see. All right, looks like he's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. I just got no internet here, and I still haven't figured out all the settings and stuff like that. So that's kind of
no worries. So we left off. You got a chance to take 2 of your students over there. So tell us more about them. How long have they been training with you?
Yeah, so Holly Cavazos and Gloria Horta, they've been training with me for about 2 years or so, and it was really interesting because I got the call to compete, and then they literally told me like, "Hey, it's just gonna be our top 50 athletes, our top most known 50 athletes, and we're not gonna take the regular amount of 600 people, right?" So I'm like, "Oh man, they're not gonna take anybody new or anything." So, and they were really excited about competing, and I literally told them like that day, like, "Look, guys, they called me. They said they're not gonna take anybody new. They're not gonna take a lot of people. They're just gonna take a lot of the big names that they have and stuff." And then so they're like all emotional. One of them is super sad, and one of them's kind of bummed out, and the other one's just like in shock. And then because they really wanted it, they really wanted an opportunity. They've been training for a long time, and they were dedicated to it. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, I get a call saying, "Hey, we want to know if it's okay if you want to take 2 people with you." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course. I thought you guys said no. So yeah. Then they're like, "Hey, what about Holly and Gloria?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's great, man. Let's bring them. Let's go. They're ready. So then they got the call again, and then this time they said, "Yeah." And they're all emotional again. They're either super happy.
What a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it was just back to back. So, but yeah, they're great. They trained really hard. You can see the difference from 2 years ago to today. Their fitness level, their strength, their attitude, their warrior mindset. It takes a lot to get on the show and do well. It just takes a lot to get on the show. Chances are 0. And then just to do well, it takes a lot too. It takes even more. So Gloria, she got a little bit inside her head and she didn't do too well, but Holly went out there and she did really well compared to what they were expecting from her being a rookie and stuff. and she did a really great performance. And they came down and they wanted to feature her, and they featured us, as well. So it was really cool. She came through and on her performance, and of course she wanted to hit buzzer. She wanted to do better, and we know personally from her training and everything in her mindset that she could do better. Mm-hmm. It was just a lack of experience in that case. So we're really excited for her, especially getting on the shot, and Gloria and anybody here at our gym, because this is something it may not seem all that important as far as being on a television show, but we're representing the entire part of, the RGV, exactly, South Texas. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And most representation down here is not seen in good light. We're doing our thing. We're staying healthy. We're teaching us to stay healthy. We're motivating people. We're doing our own thing here. And we share that with everybody that comes in here. We teach them everything. We don't hold anything back. But you don't see stuff like that coming out of here right now, and we're really excited to do it. We're proud of it. We're proud of what we do, and we're going to keep it going.
And how long have you had your gym open, Axios?
Axios is going on its 4th year, but we've been at this new location, which is a little bit bigger. We've been here for 3 years, so we're looking for a bigger spot too. Pretty soon, we want to keep growing and expanding and make this more available to more people.
Now I saw your vlog. I think you posted it yesterday. It was the hurricane. It really got your gym really, really bad, but you pushed through. You kept that. You were optimistic throughout the whole video. That's really what I liked about it. I was just like, wow. And to also have the support of UTRGV, mm-hmm. The soccer team. That was awesome. Tell us more about that. How did that collaboration happen?
Yeah, well, the collaboration comes from the head coach. He's been a very supportive. So his children come here. Their students here. They've been coming here for years. Mm-hmm. I've been teaching them health and fitness for a long time, and how to be a good competitor and things like that, and a good teammate. And he's really grateful for that. And they volunteer. So like they want to help me out because they see the work I do. I mean, I do all this on my own. Everything here at the gym, I've made it myself, and all the friends and family and people in the community that have helped me out. But when they're all gone, I'm still here working by myself. I'm doing it, and there's some things I can't do by myself. So. They asked if I need help, and they're like, yeah, I need help getting this wall back up. I mean, this is a $3,000 wall. It's 16 feet high. I can't do this by myself. The hurricane took it down, and they came over and we got it up. We had to take it apart. I had to refix it, redo the infrastructure. And then I had them help me come put it back on top. And that's what that video was about, but yeah, you commented on the optimism. Even when I saw it, the first time I saw it down, I'm like, mm-hmm. All right, well, it went down. I learned some stuff, we got to get it back up. I didn't, I'm not that kind of person that's going to sit there and cry and whine or complain about why me and this and that. I just don't do that. I think that's a waste of time. And if I ever do feel like, oh man, this is messed up, why is this happening to me? I make sure that those thoughts and that feelings in my body are gone in 10 seconds because I got to get back to work. And that's
now, do you have any programs for the kiddos and things like that? I think I saw like the spotlight of that as well. So you have like summer camps, things like that.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of services here at Axios. Our main service year round is classes where they can come in. It's an academy. It's called Axios Warrior Academy. And they come in with their coaches, so their teachers, right? And they have their classmates, and they come in year round and they learn how to overcome things together. They learn how to overcome obstacles. They're not actually competing against each other. So it's a very unique sport. They're mm-hmm. competing against that obstacle or that course. They're not, hey, I know you're in my age division, but right now we got to beat this course. So how are we going to do it? And if they see success on the course, that brings a possibility of success for them. And that's why we like this sport, because you do want to see the person you're competing against do well, because that means you can do well. It's very, very, very different. And we teach that here. And there's a lot of camaraderie. The Axios experience is very different. We give everybody a free trial class so they can see what that's like. And you'll see it's really cool and fun experience. And they're basically playing in a very safe playground. And we take ages right now 7 and up all the way through adults. So we have
7 and up. Okay.
Yeah, ages 7 and up. And our adult classes are really popular too. And we have teen classes, adult classes, and kids classes. And in those classes, all the obstacles are catered for them. And we're teaching the same thing because it's the same for everybody. I mean, that obstacle is the same for you as it is for me. My body, I might be taller, or I might be shorter, or I might do this or then that. But in the end, you all got to try to figure out a way to get past this obstacle. And there's a lot of camaraderie and teamwork. And mm-hmm. we share the joy of watching somebody beat an obstacle. That literally brings you joy too. So it's a very cool environment. It's nothing like it. And that's why we got to keep it growing and going. It's a really cool thing that everybody should experience. And everybody can experience it for free. I've been offering that ever since day one.
Wow, that's awesome to hear. So I'll be sure to post that as well for you. And anything you need as well to share. If you have anything, do you have any events coming up in the future? Anything planned for 2021?
Yeah, well, I would like to talk about the process, because you did ask about like what does it take to get on the show?
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's very interesting because you apply for the show, and it doesn't matter how many years you've been on it or if you won last year. Everybody applies for the show all over again every year. and you send in an application, and it comes with a video. You have to send in a video to say why you think you should be on the show, or what you're going to do, or what you're capable of. And you show everything. You show your family, you show where you're from, and the big things that like how this means something to you, right? And then they go through those applications. They get 60,000 on average a year.
60,000.
Yeah, and they got to pick. They usually pick only 600, 500 to 600. So your chances of getting on are, like I said, zero, less than zero. So it's just mathematically, it's almost like. But if you don't get picked, the only other way to get on is to go to the location where they're going to film, and you got to wait in line. And that was the way to do it. It's called the walk-on line, and you got to wait in line to get your chance. Hopefully you get an opportunity. Back when I did it, I was one of the people that like kind of made that walk-on line go longer than normally expected. So I didn't get the call. I applied, I sent my video, and I thought I was going to get in. I thought it was great. I thought, I did enough. And I didn't put enough of my actual past in that video. And when I saw my past, they're like, dude, why didn't you talk about all this stuff? I was like, I thought I was going to get on just for my abilities, And so then I found out they were going to shoot in Dallas. And I was training here in Edinburgh. And a friend of mine told me that they were going to shoot in Dallas, and that the walk-on line had already started today. And that,
wow.
Yeah. So that I'm like, well, I'll go tonight. I'm going to start setting stuff up. I need to go. So I did a lot of things. I quit my job. I got a friend to go with me. I convinced him that he was good enough to get on the show too. And he did well. He did great. And we went up there, and we waited in line for 5 days. We were there for 5 days. And I was the third person in line, and I got a chance, and I ran through the course. I beat it. And everybody's freaking out. They don't know my name. They don't know who I am. And they're just like all over me. All of a sudden, they're interviews and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, did you do a video? I'm like, yeah, I did a video. Y'all should go watch it. It was pretty good. And that's what I did. That's all I said. And I just, from there, they're like, you got to come back the next day. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And the next day I went back again, and it was the next round, right? Because we used to do the rounds back to back. We still do it like that sometimes, but you do one night, one round, and then next night, the next round, the next night. So I came back again the next night, and then I beat it again. And after that, they're like, dude, we're going down to your town. We're going to go check it out. We're going to go to Edinburgh. We're going to do this. We're going to shoot that. We're going to put you in. And that whole first year, I got so much airtime, so much attention. And I think I was like, I am rated as one of the best all-time rookies, that's ever been on the show.
That's awesome to hear, man.
But
wow.
It takes a lot, and if you want to go after something big like this, they're not just going to hand it to you. And you could be a millionaire. They're not just going to hand it to you for the most part. This is a show that everybody gets a shot, or nobody gets a shot. It's just the way it is. And if you get your shot, you have to be ready. You have to go out there and put everything on the line. And that might be your one shot ever again. I remember I used to walk on the course and be like, hey, well, this might be my last time, so I'm going to go out there and do me.
So what part are you most excited for? Like the finish, the middle, like what part of the course do you get? Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to breeze through this. I got this.
I never say that. That's one thing. I'm like, oh my God.
But you make it look easy. That's the thing.
Every time everybody says that, it's because that's my job. Like, I consider this my job. My job is to make it look easy.
Exactly.
But the training that we do, that's where it's hard. We do training here that is 10 times harder than the show, so that when we get the show, it's easy. But I still don't underestimate them. I know that any slip, any little thing can come up and catch me. And I'm insanely nervous. They're like, dude, you've been doing this for a long time. You're a veteran. What do you feel? It's like, dude, I'm nervous the way I was my day one, day two. I'm still nervous. I'm excited about it. This is what I do. And then I remind myself, like, hey, this is what you do. You're a pro. So go. You trained. You're ready for
your job. Yeah.
I have to convince myself that I can do this 100%. And then once that buzzer goes off, that it all kicks in, and I just go. I forget about everything. I just go.
Just get into that mental space, and then boom.
Yeah. And then this last performance, I was really nervous about, getting called, because I've been on the show a long time, and I've had some amazing years, some history making years. I've had some pretty bad years, and slowly, I've been going down in my performances. And I thought, oh man, I might not even get a chance, this year or next year. And I was thinking about like COVID and my students and everybody, the gym is having a really hard time where I'm not sure if we're going to make it through. And I'm this run right here. This run is going to be the run. I'm going to make this run the one that everybody sees, the one that everybody knows that first, I'm still in this game. I still have a really good chance of winning this show, and that I'm getting older, but that doesn't matter. I'm still getting better. So I ran that course. And when I ran that course, it came back as my best course run in all 7 years.
Wow.
And it blew up. Yeah. So it's like, dude, I'm maybe 7 years into this, but I still got it. And that's because it was short notice. I have about 5 months to get ready. So I'm really hyped on next season.
But still look at it. Like, you got Brady and LeBron over here. They're falling out pretty much at the same age, but it's just kind of that, like, it's just, you got to keep that level, and you just surprise yourself. You keep pushing yourself. Right. And that's awesome. That's great, man. That's great stuff. And let me see. I know. Let me see. I know I had a. Yeah, no, I mean that's awesome. Everything was just great. I mean, I feel like we've got a good amount of stuff in. Anything else that you have, like any
Yeah.
fundraising events, things like
Yes, we
that you
are.
have?
Yeah, we are. We need some help here at the gym, so we're gonna do some fundraising events. I'm gonna be posting that stuff on my social media. Also, my services. What we do here. I mean, we don't just do the classes. I know that's the biggest thing, but we also do birthday parties for those that are getting ready to celebrate birthday parties. These are private parties. They're safe. They're clean. You control every single aspect of the party. Who comes in, who doesn't come in, your guests, and everything like that. And you get the whole facility to yourself. So that's a really cool thing about our parties, our birthday parties. And then we also do we play dodgeball. We have a little dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, it's so fun. We have a dodgeball league here that we started up, and it's really cool. And then we also do open gym. So open gym is just for anybody. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a ninja. You're just gonna come over here and try it out, have fun, see what it's like, and just play for a bit. Everything. We have those services that we're offering right now. And then yeah, we are having some fundraisers pretty soon. I'll post about those. We could really use some help.
Yeah, I'll share it on here
yeah.
as well, man, and maybe we can come up with something as well together.
Yeah.
We can keep in touch and
turn inside here. Yeah, so that's my hashtag, guys. It's on the side.
oh, I like it too.
Able.
We are all able.
Yeah,
so.
Abel is ABEL, like my name. And the statement behind that is that if I can go through all those things, which I didn't talk about too much, if you look me up, you'll find out a lot. I went through a lot just to get to where I am today.
No, well, go ahead, man. We got plenty of time.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know about how much time you have. But I grew up homeless and poor in a violent house. So my father was an abusive alcoholic in Chicago, Illinois. That's where I grew up.
You grew up in Chicago?
Yeah, and then I got sent here when I was 10. Basically by my family that cared about me here to get me out of that environment, and they sent me here after my parents got divorced, and I was without my parents for a while and some of my family. So I went through a lot to go through all that stuff, and then everything I went through was like, no, it's just because I had always been thinking that I was going to write a book at some point. People were going to hear this story, what I'm going through. I just knew it. So I said, well, every obstacle that comes in is just another chapter, and I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to tell them how I overcame it. And so that saying we are all able means that if I can go through all those things that I went through to get to where I am today, then there's no reason anybody else can't. You can go through those obstacles. You can come out better on the other side, and you can actually go and do what you want to do. I mean, this is what I wanted to do my entire life, and I'm doing it. Like, that's crazy, and I speak, there's a comment there about going to schools. I do events, I do live events. I do virtual events. And I've been speaking. I've already spoken in front of 500,000 people, and those are students in schools. A lot of people here in the RGV. I've been speaking in Wisconsin, Los Angeles, Vegas. I mean, I've done a lot of those events, and awesome. I think it's really important that people hear what I'm talking about because they can see that it's totally possible. I mean, there's a lot of mindsets that I have and a lot of books that I recommend and things like that. But really, it's just we're down here. It doesn't matter where you are. You can do some big things, and you can make something big for yourself too. It's all about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's very inspiring, and it's great to hear that. And I know, yeah, man, it's just a grind. Just get into where you want to be, and you've got it, and now it's on to the next level and the next phase in life, and just keep on going, keep on getting better, right? Like you're mentioning, yeah. And even though surprise yourself sometimes. I know a lot of people are struggling this year, but that optimistic feeling, you gotta get into it, lean into it, just go day by day, keep your head up. And fighting it, you'll get through it. Like especially you. I mean, you're an inspiration. I'm glad to have you on the page. I'm glad you took some time to do that, and I really appreciate it. I mean, you're the definition of RGV Strong, so I'm glad the RGV Strong family can hear about it. And yeah, anything you need from us, Abel, I'll be happy to help out as anything I can in any form. Anything I can do, just let me know. And yeah.
I'm going to be hitting everybody up. I mean, I got a lot of people on my social media. I'll be letting them know about what we're doing. But it's real easy to find me. I mean, you found me real easy. You can hit me up. I still answer all my social media questions. I do all that still.
So you have your website, Instagram, Facebook as well. It's going to be We Are Able, right? We are all able.
We are all able. And then like my name, it's ABEL. So anybody, I'm always on Instagram. That's kind of my favorite social media, but I'm also on Facebook quite a bit. On Facebook, you can help me out by just sharing my videos. Let people know that I'm here and I'm doing this thing. You can see those videos. They're pretty, they're pretty shocking to come out of here, that I'm out there doing big things on the big stage like that and competing with the best in the country and the best in the world at some point. But yeah, it's important. So it's easy to get a hold of me, and we're going to be doing some events. We could use as much help as we can. We're going to do some fundraising events, and I'll let everybody know about that too soon.
All right, Abel, appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And is there anything as far as like is there going to be another filming? I know you breezed through this through the whole course. Are you going on to the next level or?
No, I ended up going out in the semifinals. so like that 4 weeks of training it caught up to me. You know, I tried to go as fast as I could into that second round, and my arms just couldn't handle the last obstacle. Almost made it through. They showed that I almost made it through. It's pretty close, but you know, almost doesn't get it in the sport. You know, you got to be ready for it, and I wasn't completely ready. So that's why I'm preparing now, and I'm trying to get a lot of help. I'm trying to get some sponsors to help me out with that, so that I can prepare now, because I can be ready in 5 months to go out there and actually win the whole thing. You know, but that's really hard when you're a small business owner. You're doing a lot of things by yourself. I mean, I'm out there cutting the grass and trimming the trees here at the gym. You know, so
multiple hats.
I could use as much help as possible. Yeah. So if anybody that knows that would like to sponsor me, help me get there, they can just hit me up really easily. You know, we were all able.
Perfect. Well, appreciate it, Abel. Thank you so much again for your time, and you have a good afternoon, good week, and we'll keep in touch.
Likewise. Thanks, man. Thanks.
All right. You take care. All right. Yes, sir. All right. All right, everybody. So that was Abel Gonzalez, Ninja Warrior, also owner of Axial's Gym. So if you want to Axial Warrior Gym, so if you want to follow up, anything like that, make sure you go follow their page. Like them on Instagram. It's going to be We Are All Able, ABEL. So that's going to be Instagram, Facebook. You can also they also have a website as well. All the links going to be all the links are going to be in the description, so you can do that below as well if you want to find out more info. And then also check out his vlogs. He has some awesome videos, like he was mentioning, some great content too. If you just want to, unwind for a little bit, nothing too long, just about 6 to 10 minutes, but it's awesome content. Like this past one that he posted the other day was the process of creating, I believe it was one of those turnpipes. So, all right, so we'll be getting started. The code to get in, it's going to be crowd.live. The code will be FAHCF, FAHCF. So we'll be playing pretty soon. The topics today are going to be the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is going to be the topic. I know everybody's been talking about season 2. I'm not really into Star Wars, but I like the Mandalorian. It was a pretty cool show. All right, everybody. Let's see. We got 2 people in so far. Thank you all for liking. I appreciate it. Drunken Chicken, appreciate it. Jackie, Jerry, Selly, Zoraida. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. All right, so the code FACH. So you know how it works. Survivor Trivia. Only one person's going to win. I do need to send out KP Squiggles gift card. I'm waiting on that, so I'm going to be doing that this week, sending all the prizes. And then, today you get a chance to win another $10 gift card. So let's see who we got so far. Got a couple people in. So don't forget to like, share as well. We'll be getting started in about 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, we started our esports league. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, make sure you go join in. You can follow the esports page group. It's going to be on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're also live on Twitter. So don't forget to like, retweet. YouTube, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way we can keep up to date with what we're doing. And the guests that we have on, let's see, we got a few more people in. So the code to get in is going to be FAHCF, FAHCF. You can scan the barcode to join in. The code is going to be there, or you can just go to crowd.live. That way you can join in. So we'll be getting started shortly. Thank you all once again for joining in this afternoon during your little lunch break. Appreciate it. All right, so we got a couple. Let's just get started already. We got a new like. Thanks, Abel. We'll give it a couple more minutes. So Survivor Trivia. You have to get every question right. Only one person will win. It looks like we only have a couple, so it'll be a 50-50 shot. All right, here we go. 30 seconds. So we only got 2 contestants. Not bad, not bad. So you get a higher chance of winning. 30 seconds. 17. All right. Let's see if you can get it. The theme is Mandalorian. All right. The Mandalorian is the first live action TV series in the Star Wars franchise. When does it take place in the Star Wars timeline? A, 5 years after episode 3. B, 5 years before episode 4. 5 years after episode 4. And 5 years before Star Wars episode 1 and the Phantom Menace. So A, B, C, or D? Ooh, it's a 50-50. Oh, there it is. Let's see who the winner was. It was Selly. Congratulations, Selly. So you won today. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you again, Abel, for joining in. Make sure you go follow him, follow his page. Congratulations to Selly. I'm going to be sending out the prizes this week. So really appreciate your all's time. Thank you so much, Abel, again, for joining the page. Make sure you go follow him. It's going to be at We Are All Abel, ABEL, Instagram, Facebook. And then you can also check out his website, too, if you have any questions. Make sure you follow his vlog. That way you can keep up to date with that Ninja Warrior lifestyle and see what's going on. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff throughout the community, and I'm glad to spotlight that. So stay tuned. Saturday, we have our trivia night, and we have our esports league. So don't forget about that. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Stay RGV strong. Really appreciate y'all support.